Welcome to another Real Estate Top Performer segment. Spring is here and the market is hot. We're going to learn all about that today. But first, can you all introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Tim Arnett with the R.A. Martin Associates.
Shawn Hunt, Area Manager with CMG Home Loans.
Jay Dixon, Settlement Agent with Eastern Title.
Nice. All right, we're going to start with you. We're fresh in the real estate market with you. Talk about how long you've been a realtor.
So I've been a realtor for about 4.5 years. I came here, kind of switched career, second career, after leaving the fire department. I retired from the fire department in 2020, which was a fantastic career and really enjoyed it a lot. But I found a niche in helping people. I helped people in my prior career, and this is kind of where I found where I needed to be and help people find homes. Yeah,
because it's not so much of like you're selling them a home, right?
Absolutely.
There's much more connection than that.
Absolutely. I look at myself as an advisor, not a salesperson. That's the traditional thought is you're someone who sells you a home, but I'd much rather move you through the transaction, make it an easy transaction for you, as seamless as it can be, and find you the right home that's important for you. I don't ever try to spend my clients' money. It's their money to spend.
Right, there you go. Now, being a firefighter, you're always out in the community, right, around here on Delmarva. So you have a pretty good eye probably for some good homes in the market.
I do. I have a good eye for the market, but I also have a good eye for what's behind the walls. So think about what firefighters do, right? We have a house fire or something, we're tearing walls apart. I have a good idea of what construction looks like, what good construction is, what bad construction is, and what to look for on that safety side. So I can bring those things kind of in a full package and really get my my homeowners and sellers ready to go.
Now, for those who don't know about you, Shawn, CMG Home Loans, can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, I've been a mortgage lender now for 19 years. Getting to the 20th year, we're pushing there, but we cover the whole Delmarva Peninsula. I'm actually licensed in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Florida for those looking to move down that way. But we're, whether you're purchasing a primary home, a second home, or investment property, we're here to help those for the financing. And as Tim said, it's very relationship driven. You're getting very close, very in-depth on finances with people. And I love the education of it. And what drives me is every transaction is different, as we can all probably attest to, and that keeps you on your toes. Like there's not many days where you're really getting bored, with things, but the market's changing constantly. So you're trying to educate those clients, whether it's that first-time home buyer or an investor that has, 50 homes. What's changing in the market and what can they do to take advantage of it?
This spring market is hot, right?
It is.
Let's talk about the market a little bit.
The market, it's taken off. We've saw a lot more inventory this month, which is really good. We've really struggled with inventory, under 2 months worth of inventory for a good year now. And that has really driven it to be a seller's market because it's very hard to find a home that you want and in the price range you want when there's very little on the market. But we are starting to see inventory pick up, which will hopefully help as we get to that 3 or 4 month home on market or inventory on market. We will see a more balanced market.
So getting them ready, Shawn, kind of talk about that, because if the market is switching, right, if we're seeing that gear change, you're going to get busier.
Yes.
Which is a good thing.
Yes.
But what should people do if this is their first step in this process?
Yeah, really, it's talking to a lender, and getting a plan together. We start with a pre-approval, which is basically an application. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't commit you to anything. We gather your information. We do run your credit to see what debt you have and also what credit scores are, because that's kind of the foundation of things. And then breaking down the programs. But it's more than that. It's questioning them about, have they thought about their budget? Where do they want their payments to be? What are they paying in rent currently versus where do they want to be? Or can they go more than that? So it's really trying to get them, I'm big on comfort, so it's trying to get them comfortable with what their payment could be.
So then they're coming to you with a little bit of a range, and then you get to do the fun part.
I do, and that's really what a team like this does is, Shawn's able to give me the kind of foundation for the whole thing, right? That's where we start. We get a budget, we get a plan, we go out, we start looking at homes, and that's really where they get to enjoy the process.
Right, yeah, and working with a great team like you all, including Jay. Jay, you too. What's going on in the title world?
Well, we like to fancy ourselves as local title company. We have an office in Ocean Pines, but we are able to settle mobile. So we go to all the different towns here, Hebron or, Somerset County, Pocomoke, Snow Hill, all those different areas. And we also sponsor a lot of different events, which really helps, the community. We sponsor the Junior Achievement Center. Eastern Title sponsors Coastal Association of Realtors. We also sponsor the Delmarva Home Show.
Which we're so thankful for.
Yes. So that's kind of what sets us apart.
And you guys giving back to the community and supporting local makes people in the community, when it comes down to this process, want to support you back. So that's really awesome. Now we're switching to a seller's market. What are some things some sellers can do to get their homes ready?
Thanks, Lauren. This is one of the most important things for sellers to think about going in is what are they going to need to do to get their home ready? Because once we get it on the market, likely it's going to be pretty quick with inventory so low. And so we want them to be prepared ahead of time. And so curb appeal, obviously spring, as the flowers bloom, the trees are all green, putting mulch down, putting some flowers out, those make huge impressions on people very quickly. Get them in the right frame of mind as they go into the home, and if the home's continues to be beautiful, it keeps them going, as opposed to thinking about what they're going to have to do outside. But one of the things that I don't want to miss is if you are on a septic system, getting that pre-inspection on your septic. We have a lot of issues here with septic systems, a lot of older systems that are failing or coming up with problems. We want to get those out of the way up front. Let's get it inspected, let's get it repaired, so that again, when that buyer comes along, they don't have to worry about that. And they're not looking at another home because they're going to have to maybe fix something here. So we like to do those things ahead of time, maybe a home inspection depending, but those are the things that your realtor should really be advising you on, and a good realtor is going to give you those things up front. Get your house ready, and maybe even depending on where you're going, again, we're teaming them up with either a lender or a settlement agent to make that whole transaction as smooth as possible. We love to have all those things done ahead of time so that everyone's talking all the way through. Nobody should not know who they have to talk to or who they have to reach out.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been amazing here.
Thank you.
And I think with the spring market being hot, having your ducks in a row, right, ahead of time before you go look at those fun places at the beach is going to get you to the beach faster, right? Having everything like that in order. Now, how can people get in contact with you?
You can reach me at ERA Martin Associates. My phone number is 410-375-9107, or my website at patriotproperties.org. And you can always walk in the building at any time here in Salisbury on Main Street and reach any one of us.
CMG Home Loans in Salisbury is located at 220 East Main Street downtown. You can also reach us on our website at www.huntteammortgage.com. My direct cell phone is 443-783-0910. And you can also check us out on TikTok at HuntTeamMTG, and you can see those fun videos.
Hi, I'm Jay Dixon, settlement agent with Eastern Title. You can reach me at 443-822-9804 or email us at jay@easterntitle.com, JAY@easterntitle.com. We close anywhere, anytime.